We opened an office, a global operations center, first of its kind in the legal industry. And where? In Wheeling, West Virginia. Where is that?
So I remember the day I was in the kitchen, and across the island I told my wife, I'm looking at a job in Wheeling, West Virginia. And I remember her response. She said, well, that's not gonna happen.
It was right after 9/11. We had a vision to build the first global insourcing center in a big law firm. And we wanted to make sure that we did that right here in America.
We gathered local groups, the Development Corporation, the city, the county, a consortium of churches, unheard of, to actually pool our money together and say, we are going to purchase property. Then here comes Orrick.
The beautifully restored brick building was originally home to the Wheeling Metal Stamping Company, a business that played a critical role in the Industrial Revolution.
And then I'll never forget the call, said Orrick has chosen Wheeling. We all left our offices, went to Abby's Lounge on Wheeling Island and celebrated. When we first opened, 78 jobs. We had over 6,000 applications. Talent beyond belief. We had what we called the mom network, the mothers calling their kids that moved to Charlotte. Everywhere. Come back home, they're good paying jobs.
When leaving for college, I wasn't sure where I would end up. Most people would assume that to have the kind of career that you want, you would need to move somewhere outside of Wheeling. It was always, how fast can I get out of this town?
Back in the day, the steel mill was, for a lot of people, they left high school and that's where they were destined to go, and they were destined to retire from.
It opened a new kind of opportunity for those of us who love this city and wanted to live here.
I think that the Ohio Valley in particular is a really unique place in that it's kind of a collection of lots of small towns, lots of tiny little villages. There is a regional identity, and there's definitely a regional community of supporting one another.
It's like one giant family here at the GOIC. Everybody knows everybody. There's a very close personal connection that everyone seems to have with one another.
It was very difficult at first. It was like culture shock. And then after about 6 months, I met and fell in love with my husband here. I just never thought I would have moved to Wheeling, West Virginia, and met someone so wonderful.
Everything's more fun, everything's more efficient when you've got a team to think about it with.
So I think the best way to think about the GOIC is not that it is another office in the Orrick ecosystem, but rather that it's a hub that services the firm.
We really touch the firm globally. Our efforts are seen every day in each office across the firm.
Start with our service desk. Start with any facet of accounts payable. You want to talk to billing and collections, which is the lifeblood of our financial systems. It's all generated out of Wheeling, West Virginia at the GOIC. Once we had the foundation set, then it became, what do we do next?
More than 2 decades later, the GOIC has had a bigger impact on our $1.6 billion business than the founders could have ever imagined.
They looked around and said, we have all these attorneys who are doing great work, but they're not interested in being partners, and we don't want to lose them. And so they created in 2009 the Career Associate Program. We've since expanded to having career associates in 13 different offices.
Over the years, as the firm added more and more capabilities here and launched more and more teams, from K-Stream to Orrick Analytics, it became really clear that the facility, the GOIC, was really, really integral to the operations of the firm.
We wanted to provide better support services for our attorneys and staff, and we were looking for a partner to do that.
In 2004, Williams Lee, a leading global business process outsourcer and our close business partner, launched in Wheeling with 30 staff dedicated solely to Orrick. Today, they have a team of more than 600 there, serving customers worldwide.
I think about the millions of dollars that we have saved our clients every year using machine learning, Gen AI, and a dozen other technology tools, because innovation is in our DNA.
There's a very direct correlation between the way that Orrick has innovated at this office and the way in which Wheeling as a town has innovated over the past couple of decades.
We just don't work here, we live here. We are a part of this community.
They make significant community investments every day. The show of hands through our partners at Wheeling Heritage that they've committed to and are the lead sponsors of. The Pride Day that they have here in West Virginia. They've been a leader.
It just really seems that Wheeling is getting back to a way that I heard my parents speak of it.
It's really exciting for what the future holds for the next 10 to 20 years, and not only for Orrick, but for Wheeling as well.
In 2012, when I was talking to Orrick about moving to Wheeling and building Orrick Analytics, I said 2 years and let's see how it goes. And it was 13 years.
To have the privilege to live in my hometown and to raise my kids here alongside my family is an incredible opportunity and one that we don't take for granted.
What Orrick did was rewrite a story. They rewrote the story of what a building can be, what a region can be. I think it takes tremendous leadership, and that's exactly what Orrick had at that time to say, we're going to roll the dice here, and we're going to make an investment, and we're very fortunate to say it paid off.
We're making a global impact from rural America, and that's special.